Hi there. So today we're going to talk about the star card, one of the favorite cards in the deck. It's so beautiful, right? So we're going to jump right in and start talking about the keywords. So some keywords that are associated with the star card are hope, direction, and a path to follow. Some reversed when you get this in the reading are about a loss in direction and some insecurity. The card is number 17, as you can see here, and 17 is a number of strength and responsibility. Now, as people, if you want to know like what kind of person the star would be if it were to show up, it's a healer. It could be a doctor. It could be some sort of medicine person. It could be a naturopathic or new age healer, anyone that you feel guided by. So it could be like a charity worker, a teacher, a mentor, anything like that. Now, the star card is the astrological sign of Aquarius, which is the sign that we are in right now, late January through early to mid-February. And the esoteric function of this card is imagination. So whatever you can imagine, it can be real. So let's jump into the symbolism. So the symbolism, I know that everyone knows there's a naked woman in the card. Yes, there is. There's a lot going on here, and I'm going to tell you everything. So nudity, let's talk about that first, talks about she's got nothing to hide. There is complete truth and purity here. And in each of her hands, both her right and her left hand, she is holding a jug. Now, the left hand is the subconscious self, and the right hand represents the conscious side of her. There's flowing water, and the water represents the flow of life. Now, one of the things that's going on here in the card, and I'm going to show you another card that it references, is that she's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. So that's kind of like her talking about her connection to both her intuitive side, which is more the water, and for her reality, which is the land. And as I mentioned, it is somewhat like the card of Temperance, which also, if you notice, the angel in the card has 1 foot on land and 1 foot on water. But if you notice, one of the figures is pouring the water back and forth between the cups, which is the Temperance card. And the other figure, which is the star, is pouring it back into the water. She's giving back. She's giving back her blessing. She's giving back what she has learned and gained. And she considers it to be very abundant. And so she wants to like be grateful and pour it back. So that is a reminder as you see the 2 jugs to give back. So there's fertile land all around her. All that green is the abundance. And just the realization that that's what you get. When you give back, you get more abundance. You get more connection, more joy, more, just it's worth it. It's so much more worth it when you give back than when you receive. I've heard that so many times. Have you? Anyway, let's continue. There's a tree in the background with a bird sitting in the tree. The tree represents like our spine, our backbone, what holds us up, and that's our beliefs, what keeps us strong sometimes when things are hard. There's a bird in the tree. Sometimes I have been told this is an ibis. An ibis is a symbol of freedom and of inner wisdom. So the sky, there's a lot going on in the sky. The sky is bright blue, like the dawn. It's the color of wisdom, of trust, and of clarity. And in the sky, there is a huge 8-pointed star. Now, the 8 points references, there's a lot of numbers that go on here. The number 8 is the card of strength. And that is what all of these stars have 8 points. And it's a reference to the message of strength, which is one of courage and strength and power. And how you achieve inner strength, power, and courage is by going through these dark moments. Now, another thing I want to point out, I know I keep showing all these different cards, but it's so important for the message. So this is card number 17, as I mentioned. So card number 16, the card right before this, is the Tower. Now, the Tower is one of those really scary, I don't know how this is all going to end kind of cards. And after this, after like all the chaos and crazy and just, the building's on fire and I had to jump out and got hit by lightning and all this crazy stuff, we get the calm, we get the clarity. So it's a really important message for this card, because when you're in the middle of that storm, it's hard to see your way out. And I want you to know that it's so important just to take one more step and keep going, because that's where the clarity comes from. Now, this yellow star, the big bright star, is also associated with the planet of Venus, which is considered to be the brightest star in the sky. So the sky is blue, and it's right at dawn. And this is, it's also considered to be like the North Star or the morning star. Like, it's the star that guides us home. So I want you to think, like, when you are in your darkest night, what is that North Star that is within you that you can access to guide you home? And with that, I just want to point out that I'm wearing my star sweater here in solidarity with it. So anyway, back to the stars. There are also 7 smaller white stars, and the number 7 is a connection to our 7 chakras, which are our energy centers and our own source of power. And the mountains in the background, where you can see back here, are our future goals and maybe some obstacles that we have not yet met or conquered. And the bottom line is, I want to give you, before I get into our journal prompts, is the message here is that everything is going to be all right. So all you need to do is just put one foot in front of the other and keep telling yourself, everything's going to be all right. And with that, I want to just give you a little quote, and then I'm going to give you the journal prompts. The quote is, when we have hope, we have courage. And when we have hope, we also have the ability to keep going. So keep hoping, keep knowing that you are in a situation that can be changed. Now, I know we've been going through a lot of rough times. I personally had a crazy January. I can't believe all the things that happened in January. So the questions that I have for you first are, first of all, how can we find hope and thrive even during dark times? And the second prompt that I have is, what gives me hope right now? So what is it that you feel hopeful about? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. So I got so caught up in this message and the positivity after the craziness that was January that I created a new reading, and I created this new package, and I have so many things that I want to share with you, because I want to be a source of good for you. So please read all about that in the box below. Leave me a comment, hit subscribe, and keep on coming back, because I really appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you the next time. Until soon. Bye-bye.